Yo, what's up guys, it's ApTreX here, and a brand new update for MOBOX Emulator has just released, which means that finally I can now test out PC games on my Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 Android device, because this latest update of MOBOX Emulator has added Adreno 750 GPU support and also proper Android 14 support. To start off, there are two ways of updating your MOBOX Emulator. The first thing is that you can simply type the MOBOX command and then it will automatically start updating. Afterwards, you get the options to choose or switch to the latest version of MOBOX, but instead of doing all that, the simplest way is to just go on the MOBOX Emulator's GitHub page, copy this command and then open the ApTreX app. Afterwards, just go ahead and paste the command. Even if you have already set up MOBOX Simulator on your Android devices, this is very important step because we'll be adding the brand new WoW64 version of MOBOX Simulator with Wine 9.1 support. So we are directly jumping from Wine 8.15 custom to Wine 9.1. After you paste the command, you will get an prompt asking, do you want to remove previous? Then just go ahead and type Y and then tap on enter. Afterwards, you'll be able to choose the brand new update where you get two options: install previous version of MOBOX with Box 86 or new MOBOX with WoW64 version. And I think it's still yet to be completely optimized as it is an experimental build of MOBOX Simulator. You just have to type number 2 and then tap on enter. Afterwards, it will start setting up. While it's being set up on my iQOO, let me show you guys how it actually works on my OnePlus 11, and sorry for the fingerprints on my screen. Anyways, after we type the MOBOX command, you will be able to see at the top it says MOBOX WoW64, and then you get the normal settings. We can go to the settings. In DynaRec, you will find out new configurations. For example, we have 6, 7, 8 and 9 options in DynaRec settings. Previously we used to only have options till 5. As you can see, the current configuration which I selected was 45, 4 for performance and 5 for improving even more performance. If you want to play games like Palworld or GTA 5, this configuration should be sufficient, but if you want to play Assassin's Creed etc, you can use the preset 415. That's everything new in DynaRec settings. Let's go to Wine prefix, go to Wine eSync, and by default Wine eSync will be enabled, so we don't need to customize anything from there, and you can keep everything else default. Let's go back, and if we just head on over to the manage packages option, scroll down to the Wine section, you will be able to find out that you can even try out more Wine builds. Now currently the Wine 9.1 vanilla version of WoW64 is being used. You can switch to the staging version which is a bit more stable. You can also switch back to Wine 8.18 staging WoW64. So for that you just have to type the number of your choice and then tap on enter. Afterwards you can just head on over to the select current Wine container and then select your preferred Wine version. I do recommend you guys to try out different versions of Wines to find out which one works the best for you. Anyways, once that has been done, let me just go ahead and launch the MOBOX Simulator on my iQOO 12. Now previously when I used to just tap on the start Wine option, there used to be a problem where the emulator used to be stuck at configuring. MOBOX Emulator wouldn't get properly configured on a Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 Android device. That's the main reason why even after I purchased iQOO, I couldn't really upload gaming test or Windows emulation test through MOBOX. Not even Winlator is supported for Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, and I have already tested out GTA 5 in this latest version of MOBOX Simulator on my Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 Android device, and I can tell you guys one thing, that the performance has improved by a little bit. The gameplay is more stable now compared to previously where the game used to stutter quite a lot at every single scenario. But there we go guys, MOBOX Emulator's brand new version has successfully started. Anyways, let's head on over to the start section where we can find out DXVK version as well as Turnip version. Now there has been an improvement in Turnip drivers, more about it later on, but you'll have to use the DXVK asynchronous 1.10.3, and if you have an MediaTek processor Android device, then you can go with Wine D3D 820. Turnip version 5 is released for Snapdragon's 8 Gen 3 processor or Adreno 750 GPU. Now by default, after you upgrade to this latest version of MOBOX Simulator, it will automatically be set to Turnip Zinc version 5, so you can test it out even if you don't have an Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 Android device. You can also switch back to Turnip 4 if you face any errors like graphical issues etc, so that option has been provided. Now why don't we start testing out some games. To start off, I'll be trying out Palworld. We have just tapped on the OK button, and as you guys can see, the game is about to start. Now I want to tell you guys some things, that Even now, it's not completely optimized for Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 processor. The emulator hasn't been optimized for these newer end devices. You won't get stable results. If you compare the FPS benchmarks on a Gen 3 versus an Gen 2 device, the Gen 2 device will always come on top, even though Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 is almost 35% more powerful than 8 Gen 2. That's because the emulator is just not optimized. Your CPU usage sometimes will be maxed out for no reason whatsoever, and obviously there will be more stuttering issues. But don't worry guys, currently I am in the progress of adding GTA 5 on my iQ12. You can expect a video of GTA 5 test coming soon on my channel. The graph has turned into red, which means that the CPU usage is apparently being maxed out for some reason. And once the game actually starts, you won't notice that many graphical issues, so that's a bit weird. As you can see, the textures are being rendered properly, though there are some flickering issues here and there which might be little bit annoying, but we are getting around 3 to 5 FPS. There is indeed a small amount of lag when I operate my Android device, which means that the CPU might really be completely getting maxed out. But anyways, there we go guys, Pal World has successfully started on my Android device. And yeah, there is a huge amount of delay. I understand the fact that Pal World wasn't even optimized for an 8 Gen 2 Android device, so obviously on 8 Gen 3 it will still lag quite a lot. You guys need to know that this is not exactly a great game to set a benchmark, like testing the device capabilities etc, because Pal World is generally unoptimized for Windows emulation. Even on my OnePlus 11 I used to only get like 10 FPS maximum. In my iQ12 we are only getting around 4 to 5 FPS with very less texture issues compared to when I tested this game out on my OnePlus 11. Anyways, let me tell you guys one thing, that I'll be testing out multiple games on this device, including God of War, Max Payne 3, GTA 4, GTA 5, Sleeping Dogs and many others. So I hope you guys hit that like button, subscribe, turn on all notification. Anyways, that's it for today's video. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.